Hello guys and welcome back to the Parc Femme channel, and we are bringing you our last conspiracy theory video for the year, from the month of October. Welcome.
Welcome.
You're wrong. They're absolutely wrong. Hamilton's finished fifth.
Renault's gamble looked to have paid off when Piquet crashed heavily and brought out the safety car.
Is that clock going slowly? It is. That's clock. Oh my goodness me.
So today we are discussing something that was actually very, very difficult to research because not many people talk about this, and I think it's genuinely because of there's not many conspiracies that you can really make out of this as a whole, because it's just, I don't know, there's just there's kind of only really 2 or 3 ways it could really go, but there is a lot of backstory. So we're going to travel back in time to 2004 in Monaco. And if anyone knows, Monaco is one of the trickiest circuits on the calendar. It's made up of a lot of twists and turns, there's not a lot of great overtaking spaces, and it has the slowest corner, the slowest hairpin in the entirety of Formula 1 history.
Beautiful track.
Beautiful track. Beautiful track. Very difficult track to drive.
Absolutely.
And we're going to hit you with the Jaguar team, which has not been seen since 2004. And that is purely based down to the fact that they were a dying team. They lacked money to be able to perform well. In 2004, they were on for their 3rd consecutive 7th place. They'd already taken 12 retirements and only 10 points. So they weren't doing well at all. So a way to get money for them was to agree to basically doing a promotion for a movie that was set to come out in the December of 2004. So this is 6 months after the Monaco Grand Prix. And this was with the movie Ocean's 12, which is a spin-off, not a spin-off, like a what's the word? Like a follow-up movie from Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
A sequel, that's the word, thank you so much. So when Ocean's 11 came out, it grossed at $450 million, and it was directed by Steven Soderbergh. And Ocean's 12 itself follows a group of friends who all come together to steal $160 million from a Las Vegas casino, and once they were caught, they were demanded to return the money plus $38 million in investment in 2 weeks' time. Ocean's 11 also, from there follows a staged heist in Amsterdam, which they went to Amsterdam to avoid the US authorities. Obviously back then, by the way, there was no Dutch Grand Prix. Danny, who is one of the characters, and his crew discover that the Night Fox is, going to butcher this, Francois Toulon, who is a wealthy French baron and a gentleman thief who has a villa on Lake Como. Danny goes to the villa and steals Toulon's painting, and he confronts Toulon, who reveals that he had exposed their identities to Benedict, which was breaking the code of silence among thieves, and hired Matsui to inform the crew about the stock certificate in order to arrange the meeting with Danny. Toulon is upset that Lamarck suggested Danny may be a better thief than him and challenges Danny to steal the imperial coronation Fabergé egg. And if Danny and his crew were to win, Toulon would pay off the debt to Benedict. So that's a basis over this movie that Jaguar were putting onto their car. And it's very notable, this movie, for some of the conspiracies. So you kind of need a basis. It's all about this massive heist that happens in broad daylight. Literally broad daylight, they're going to go steal an egg.
So great.
So back to Monaco. Back to Jaguar. So as we said, Jaguar was a dying team. It consisted of Mark Webber and Christian Clean, because it's not Klein. Clean. I think it's Clean.
I mean, this is literally pre-Red Bull.
Yeah, this is pre-Red Bull.
Red Bull bought Jaguar and created Red Bull Racing.
Yeah, Ford went on to sell Jaguar to Red Bull in the November of 2004. So technically, Jaguar weren't actually even still a team when this movie they were promoting was released. Because as I said, it came out the following month in the December. And the reason they've sold it is because they just needed money. And it's now the Red Bull racing team that we know today. As promotional piecing for this, they actually added a red nose to their car, which was green. And on both cars, there was to be a diamond installed.
On the
Yes,
nose.
a
This
diamond.
already sounds stupid.
Yeah.
So, on both Weber and Klein's car, Klein, I'm really sorry, I'm going to say clean. Weber and Klein's car, $300,000 each of these diamonds cost. So that's $600,000 or £230 or 270,000 euros.
Yeah.
Imagine doing that now.
Literally, like, that would be gone in an instant.
Yeah.
Jaguar, you know, they agreed to mount the diamonds for the promotional reason, and they went about their day. Literally, the diamond situated onto the nose, and it was there for the entire weekend. So it was on the car throughout all of their practice sessions and the qualifying sessions, and then into the race.
Crazy. Already.
The diamond withstood all of these sessions, but as you know, with practice and qualifying, there's not normally any wheel-to-wheel fighting happening, and there wasn't any wheel-to-wheel fighting happening prior to the race. This diamond, well, I say this diamond, the two diamonds was supplied by Benny Steinmetz, who was an Israeli billionaire, and up until 2019, he was actually alleged to be standing in trial for bribing Guinean officials to win the mining license, and they were actually recently done for corruption of $4 billion. So this man was wildly known in the diamond mining industry. He mined diamonds quite regularly. He was a well-trusted man when it came to diamonds. It's
Were
not something
they
to doubt.
like Swarovski or whatever as well?
I think so. They were very,
They were
very
like,
bougie.
proper.
Yeah.
One thing to point out here is that it was never confirmed whether or not these diamonds were actually insured or not. So that already rings alarm bells as to why you'd put $600,000 worth of diamonds onto some
On your
cars
car.
and not insure them.
Literally.
But as the race
It's
went,
like the insurance would be so expensive on that.
but it'd be much better than if you were, you know, to pay that than lose one.
Imagine.
Imagine.
Wonder.
So, bearing in mind, as we've said, Jaguar were going for their third consecutive 7th place in the team standings, right? 7th. Which means that
Yeah.
the car isn't all that great. Obviously, they didn't have the money to make it a great car. But also, we all know what happens when not very good cars go racing in Monaco. Something bad always happens. So why why a movie would pick to put their diamonds on a 7th place car on the trickiest track on the calendar is beyond me.
Well,
Beyond
rookie
me.
driver. He was a rookie driver, wasn't he?
I think so, yeah.
Christian. Yeah. This is crazy.
So we have the formation lap and everything goes smoothly, and then we head into the first lap. Clean goes straight into the wall of the hairpin. Nose first into the wall. He's coming down. He doesn't even make the hairpin. He's into the wall. And one of the big rulings was that absolutely nobody was allowed near that car except safety personnel. So the marshals basically are the only people that are allowed near that car. And everyone knows that when you go into a crash, bits of car come flying off. That's normal. And, you know, the race continued on as it meant to do. Like, they removed the car from the wall. The race carried on for all, I think it was like 70 laps. And, yeah, they pulled the car out. There's no diamond. The diamond is gone. $300,000 diamond, gone. Ceases to exist. Only the marshals could have gone near the accident. But there is also still a high chance that if the diamond was lodged into the wall and they didn't, you know, obviously they just pulled the car out, their main priority as a marshal, get the car off the grid, racing resume.
Mm-hmm.
Because of, you know, not that the hairpin is a very high speed corner. anyway. It's literally the
But it's a
slowest
pain
on the
in arse to
calendar.
get cars from.
Yeah.
But there is a high chance that even if the diamond was lodged into the wall, with all the racing going on, it can move. If it was on the track, it could easily move because racing resumed before they even checked the site to see if the diamond was there. So, as we said, Benny, he was a very serious player in the mining industry, so there's a very low, almost impossible chance that he was a fraud, and the diamonds could not have been fake. They were real diamonds. So that completely rules out anything that they put fake diamonds in it. It wouldn't. And Jaguar actually offered up money to pay for the missing diamond as they were at fault of losing them. Which rings the question as why would they have to pay money forward if the diamond was insured? Which is a big red flag. Big red flag. So although there was absolutely no confirmation on whether this diamond was insured or not, Benny completely ignored that conversation the entire weekend. And literally all the time after that, he just completely ignored about whether it was insured or not, which all signs point towards the fact that these diamonds were not insured. So why would you put $600,000 worth of diamonds, uninsured, onto mid to low tier cars? I'm trying not to cry.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just some diamonds, babes.
It's okay.
Huh?
It's just some diamonds. You don't have to cry.
I lost my diamond earring in the ocean. I feel like this is why it's not really spoken about much, just because there's not a lot of information. There's not a lot much that really happens. They mount these diamonds on the car, which people already thought was weird. Diamonds are heavy. Why you would add more weight and more money to an already heavy and expensive car?
Literally.
Like, I get it, it's to get money, but Jaguar ended up being out of pocket in the end by paying out the diamond they'd lost.
My thing is that there's no such thing as bad publicity. Right, there is. But you sit there and they've already got people talking about Jag as a team, like, oh my god, this team is putting a diamond on the front of the car. The film is getting spoken about because it's a diamond on the front of the car. Oh, why are they doing it? So even now, by losing the diamond, if there was like a way that sort of like it was all an inside job and actually they lost it for the whole story, we're talking about it. We're talking about it set like 18 years. We're talking about it 18 years later.
Wait, was it 2004?
2004.
Yeah.
2004.
Yeah, we're talking about it 18 years later and debating it. And what are we like bringing attention to? The bloke who owns the diamond, the team, and the film.
Yeah.
Like, that's sort of my
See,
theory.
that's what leans into my conspiracy. Obviously, there are other conspiracies. One being that a marshal stole the diamond.
Mm.
Good for you, Marshall.
Which people were like, did anyone check to see if any marshals actually like quit their job after this?
Yeah.
Because they could, but then again, it's
yeah.
then known publicity that there is a missing diamond. Like, are people really going to buy such an expensive diamond immediately?
Yeah.
And would it not just be like, not like blacklisted, but like, you know, I'm sure people know like a diamond's been stolen.
Mm.
Like,
But there's going to be people somewhere that are gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Like,
so as the marshals were the only one that could actually check the site when it is, if the diamond was there, then they would be some of the first people to know about it. But that also leads on to the second conspiracy, that the diamond was never actually put on the car for the race. So obviously everyone saw, if you watched it, Naomi definitely would have watched it.
Wait, what was the date? What was the date of the Grand Prix?
Hang on, let's have a look.
Could have been like May somewhere if it's Monaco.
yeah,
I wasn't born.
Naomi definitely would have.
May the 23rd of May 2004.
I wasn't born.
So yeah,
Oh my
she
God.
definitely won it. If you want to know who actually won that race, by the way, I'll tell you who retired. Obviously, Christian Clean retired from an accident. He did 0 laps. And Mark Webber also retired.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
both Jaguar cars
Of
with the
course.
diamond on retired. Mark Webber's was for a gearbox issue.
Maybe they were kids.
Only 10 drivers actually finished that race.
10.
Yep, only 10. Michael Schumacher, Fernando Alonso, Kimi Raikkonen, Gianmaria Bruni, Giorgio Pantano, Mark Webber, Takuma Sato, David Coulthard, Giancarlo Fischiella, and Christian Clean
Easy
all
go.
retired. There you go.
Yeah.
Jono Trulli actually went on to win with Jensen Button in P2 and Rubens Barrichello in P3. So there was a lot of DNFing going on, which isn't unnormal for Monaco, really, realistically. So
Oh my god, I have a picture of it. I have a picture of the diamond.
the diamond, it looks very weird. Personally,
Yeah,
I think it looks
it's an
weird.
ugly. It's an ugly diamond, I think.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's the diamond.
Yep,
Yeah.
$300,000 that is worth. That little thing.
It's also got a really ugly livery with the car. Like,
Yeah, it's because
Yeah.
they're a green car. And they had to put a red nose on it because of the movie. The whole livery was literally decked out in Ocean's 12. It had the cast on the side of the car. This car was literally as, like, promotional as a car can get.
Yeah.
I mean, Red Bull are quite known for that as well. Because if you don't like, Red Bull did especially in Monaco as well, did a Star Wars car.
They also
hang
did
on.
They also did a James Bond car
James
for their 1007th race in Austria.
Yeah.
Red Bull ran
Yeah.
a James Bond livery. Yes, Katie.
Have you seen a photo of the car going around the Monaco track? The
Yeah.
diamond is not on the front wing. The diamond is not on it. When
Well,
you look at the
there's a
photos
square.
of the diamond, no, when you look at the photos of the diamond is square, right? And it's between
Yeah.
Ocean 12, and there's like the little logo with the 12, right? And then there's the Jaguar team thingy. When you look at a photo
Oh
of
no,
it,
no, you're
going
right. No,
in
you're
the
actually
wall,
right. It's not
there
there.
is no diamond on that front wing
Is it not there?
at all. No, there's no diamond on it.
See,
They did not put
you're,
the diamond on there.
you're falling into the conspiracy that the diamond was never on the car.
There's no bit. There's,
There is actually no diamond as well.
When it races around.
unless they move the diamond,
Look.
but no.
There's nothing unless it's that one dot that's below the circle.
Yeah.
Right, I'm flipping you all off there.
It's alright, you flip us off.
Sorry, but I didn't mean. But there's no diamond on that car.
But yeah, I'll insert. There is a photo of like what the car looked like afterwards, which I would like to point out. The photo of the car once it's removed, the bit of the wing that is gone, that they're like, oh, where's the diamond gone? Isn't even the part where the diamond was meant to be situated.
Thank you.
Like, it's gone.
There's no diamond on the car. I think.
Thank
No,
you.
exactly. There's actually none.
This is photos like of the race itself.
Which is why
There
I've
you
seen
go.
people say the
Yeah.
diamond
On
was never on the car. That's just, but then again, that is a conspiracy, and I don't know whether they put forward that it was in another place.
Well, the mystery has never been solved.
Yeah, there is
I
still a diamond missing.
They obviously can't take the diamond out of the car and then put it back in, and take it out and put it back in. What happens if someone actually got in, like a thief or something, actually got into the paddock overnight, stole the diamond, so Jaguar and the film and that lot had to cover it over and say, yeah, the diamond's still in the car. Oh no, the diamond's gone missing.
And then was like,
But
oh,
actually got
improv.
stolen.
Improv.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's nice. There you go. There you go. That's a new conspiracy we can add to it.
But the fact
That's
Someone stole it from the garage.
they had to pay for that. So whether they didn't actually ever put it on and it just went missing, this is a mystery that will physically never be solved. There is someone out
that
there.
would be bad.
There is someone out there that
That would be
does
bad.
specifically know where that diamond is.
Yeah, someone has
But
the diamond.
We will never know, which is
Yeah.
The thing
the
is,
crazy
they can't
bit.
be like, oh yeah, it got stolen in the paddock overnight. Then they'll be like, oh my god, the paddock's unsafe.
Mm.
See,
so,
'cause
like-
That's why they'd have to say that we lost it during the race,
Yeah.
because they can't admit that the paddock is unsafe.
But my thing is that obviously Benny Steinmetz was obviously standing trial because he was bribing Guinean officials to win mining licenses, which means that he was at a standstill point where, maybe money was an issue. He could give these diamonds to the team. One goes missing. Oh, they're uninsured. Why would you uninsure a diamond? Like, why wouldn't you insure that if you're putting it on a car? And Jaguar then feel like they have to give money, which almost essentially put them completely out of business and had to sell the team. But that meant that Benny could then have more money to be able to work on whatever he's working on. So
Yep.
did he himself steal the
Oh,
diamond?
Yeah. That's
And that's where it
interesting.
went.
Maybe he did.
Maybe.
Someone has that diamond. There's someone on this planet that has that diamond.
Exactly. But it's weird
I
that
want to know.
they're promoting a movie about a daylight heist to steal
Yeah.
something, and all of a sudden the diamond they are using in broad daylight goes missing.
It's gone.
And as Katie said, even bad publicity is publicity. Missing diamond, people are always going to go, oh, Ocean's 12. Oh, do you remember when they put a diamond on a Formula
Yeah,
1 car?
everyone's gonna remember that.
Oh, do you remember when Jaguar ran a diamond on their car? Oh, yeah, that was to promote Ocean's 12. That means
Yeah.
Jaguar gets publicity
Mm.
and the movie gets publicity. The fact it was stolen means the publicity is much higher, because they'll obviously always go on about, oh, there was a diamond on the car, but people are going to remember a $300,000 diamond going missing more than
Yeah.
a diamond being on a car.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Not that anyone actually remembers it, because Ocean's 12 was actually it wasn't a flop, but it didn't do well. It didn't
Yeah.
do as well as
Ocean's 13
Ocean's
was okay.
12. 12?
Ocean's
Ocean 11. Yeah.
I went 13.
Oh.
But the questions I put down was, why would a professional diamond miner put uninsured, bear in mind, professional diamond miner, put uninsured diamonds in a failing Formula 1 car at one of the trickiest tracks? Why would the team put diamonds on the front of their cars if they know they were uninsured? And why did the team accept the offer knowing that they were going to be uninsured? And I think most of it speaks back to
It's just
publicity.
bad management on both terms, like,
Mm-hmm.
because it's just a bit silly. As
Yeah.
in, for them, like, you don't protect something that's that much money. Obviously, it's going to cause some issues.
Big issues.
Yeah.
Big issues. Maybe Red Bull Racing stole it because they wanted to create a team and they knew that they could bankrupt the team.
It was Helmut Marko.
Helmut Marko did it.
Oh, he
Wouldn't
did
surprise
it.
me.
I do think it was something to do with Steinmetz. I think a lot of it stems down to him. I think he was the biggest problem in it all.
Mm.
And that he was the forefront of the issues. Obviously not the car issues, because Jaguar were a shitbox team. But they were our shitbox team. Well, not Naomi's, because she wasn't alive, but not the point.
No, but, you know, I support Jaguar in Formula E, so the association is there.
Spooky. You support the team that left Formula 1 when you were born.
I mean,
Naomi is the missing diamond.
Naomi
the diamond.
herself is the diamond.
Naomi is the missing diamond.
Naomi is it.
Oh, does anyone have any other points they want to make on this situation? The whole diamond not being
I
uninsured.
feel like
being
out of all the
uninsured.
conspiracies we have done, this might be the only one that never comes out.
Yeah.
I feel like this
True.
might be just get buried with someone.
Yeah, because if it was Benny
I wanna
Steinmetz, he's
know.
never going to admit to the fact that he caused that.
No.
And I feel like if he was the one that
Who
caused the
was-
issues, he would never have confided in Jaguar about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jaguar would
is
then
the
be
team-
more reluctant.
Who is the team principal of Jaguar at the time?
Really pleased that Red Bull has bought Jaguar Racing, said Richard Perry Jones, Vice President of the Ford Group. Ford said Tony Pernell would remain as principal of the new team,
Tony
Which will
Pernell, I know
continue-
that name.
which will continue to use Cosworth engines next year.
Tony Pernell, I know that name. Why do I know that name?
I don't know why you know the name.
Engineer, English engineer and entrepreneur, former team principal of Jaguar and Red Bull Formula 1 team.
See, because we know that at some point Lewis Hamilton could come forward about his conspiracy, and Fernando Alonso could come forward about his.
Yeah, definitely.
But
But this,
whoever knows where a $300,000 diamond is never going to come forward about it,
no.
because that is jail
Look,
time.
which
That is jail
I would-
time.
the guy worked for the FIA after.
And then, yeah, and then went to the IndyCar. Yeah.
So a guy is a part of a diamond stealing heist, works for Red Bull, and it then moves to the FIA.
Guess who took over him? Guess who took over him in the newly formed Red Bull team?
Christian
After
Horner.
Tony Purnell, it was Christian Horner.
Of course it was. Christian Horner's been there for years.
Yeah.
Years. So this guy, Purnell, doesn't sound like a safe man to trust. Nobody
No.
that works for the FIA,
No,
you included,
Oh.
should be trusted.
written
Literally.
in his biography thing for the university where it's called. In 2003, Ford appointed Tony team principal of their Formula One team, Jaguar Racing. In 2005, he led the sale of the team to Red Bull, following Ford's decision to withdraw. Shortly after, he joined the FIA, exploring regulations to encourage engine efficiency, budget capping, and overtaking.
I wonder why he decided budget capping was a good idea. Maybe because Jaguar failed from lack of funds and having to spend the rest of their funds on paying back an uninsured diamond they lost.
He works
That was never on the fucking car.
He's a Cambridge professor.
Sorry,
Yeah.
guys, I just need to learn how to sell my house. I don't want to be close. I'm scared. What if he comes to find me because I've exposed his secrets to the world?
He works in Trinity Hall.
I'm moving. Bye, guys. He can find me. What if he was the problem? What if he worked with Steinmetz to create this elaborate plan?
Alice gets assassinated. We know why.
Because obviously he stuck with Red Bull after that.
Yeah.
And obviously after a couple of years, Red Bull were like gang shit. And, you know,
He stuck with them until 2008.
and, you know, he knew that if, like, because Jaguar and Ford could technically afford to keep running, right, for a while.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
obviously they were lacking funds. Maybe they could have worked together to create this plan, right? Ocean's 12 is about a heist. Stage their own heist of this missing diamond to get publicity. If they can then prove that they've then gone bankrupt by having to pay back an uninsured diamond, because why the fuck would a professional diamond miner put an uninsured diamond on a car? Shot every time I say uninsured diamond on a car. And
No more shots. Please, no more shots.
why would he simply, you know, do that, like, at the end of the day? Unless they were wanting it to go missing for Ford/Jaguar to have to sell the team to a very popular energy drink that would be able to bring in excessive amounts of funds, and he'd finally be able to work for a team that had the money to be able to spend on things.
And now wait for budget capping.
Mm-hmm.
And still to this day, obviously, Red Bull and the budget cap's quite a topic at the moment.
I think it was a joint assassination between the two.
Assassination.
No, I meant the assassination of the diamond. The diamond is dead. The diamond is gone.
What? The uninsured diamond on the car?
Yeah, the uninsured diamond on the car is gone. I feel like
Do you
that
think
meant...
it's uninsured?
I think it's uninsured. But, like, everyone, you know, around then, after everything went down, Steinmetz got a lot of publicity. A lot of publicity. Ford and Jaguar got a lot of publicity. And I think Ocean's 12, the movie, was just so happened to end up getting roped into it. And that it was just an easy way that it was a movie about a heist. Use that as the promotion. Stick the diamond on the car. The diamond goes missing. Everyone gets publicity. He's then able to have to pay out the rest of their money for this diamond, shut down the team so another, you know, company can buy the team. So he's able to work for a, you know, a team that's got a high acquainted amount of money, so he'll be able to fight for championships, because they were 7th for 3 years running, bearing in mind. I don't know how well Red Bull did after that. My knowledge don't stretch that far. For 2005 even, I can check. Red Bull finished 7th again. Was it worth it? Was it? Oh, that was the year. That was the year of the USA Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
That year. That year.
One.
That year. What about 2006? Yeah, I know Fernando Alonso won again. There is no need to remind me again.
Wasn't that US Grand Prix? Wasn't that US Grand Prix like as in? Are we talking about the one that like Firestone and Bridgestone had their dramas?
This is the one where only 5 people started the Grand Prix.
Yeah, that's tire.
Yeah, it's
the
the same
tire
one.
shit show.
Wasn't that 2006?
2005.
5.
So, Red Bull, by the looks of it, still kept 7th place continuously until 2007. So, where they finally moved up to 5th.
They were 7th until 2007.
Yeah. So, even if they did work together to try and put the team into a position where they'd have more money, more publicity, more everything, it fucking failed. But how would you know it would fail?
They were 7th until 2007,
Really?
where the 7-time champion retired.
The angel number of
777
777 is the divine guidance, and it indicates it's time to get rewards for your efforts.
No, alright, stop it now. I will go to work and I can't do this shit.
What the fuck?
It was a joint heist! It was a joint heist! It was a joint heist! And after all of it, and they were finally able to put it into motion, they got the rewards. Because
It's insane.
what that was 2000 and
We've just come up with shit while going.
that was 2007, and you know what happened 3 years later? 4-time back-to-back champions. 4 plus 3.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Well,
I can't believe we've done this.
Does that mean that Max Verstappen is gonna win one more championship? So they have 7 in total. Ooh.
But will it be Max?
True. Or will
Because
it be?
We said about Red Bull. We said about Red Bull having they'll have their issues next year because of the
What
whole
if-
financial thing and their agreement with the FIA.
Yeah. What if?
and who works for the FIA? Who works for the FIA?
What if after 5 years, like Kimi Räikkönen retires, right?
Yep.
5 years later, there's this rookie driver that comes to Red Bull, takes the number 7 car, because then that number is available again, wins Red Bull 7 championship. Imagine. And that could be someone.
Wait, when will
I'm very
Kimi's
bad
number
math,
be free?
but that might be someone who was born in 2007. If it takes a while, you know,
Good
for
Lord. When is Kimi's number like free? Because
5 years after his 5 years.
5 years.
2025? No, 6.
No, you're retiring in
2026
No,
after 2000.
yeah.
Which would be 10 years
Like
after 2006, which is when Michael announced his retirement.
This is crazy.
There is currently no members of. There is. No. There's a driver.
1997.
There is a driver, Arvid Limbald, who was born on the 8th of the 8th, 2007.
No.
Okay,
He's gonna win a championship with Red Bull with car number 7 in 2027. It has to be. What? Is he racing with number 7 now?
That's just crazy.
No.
That would be insane.
And when he was racing in karting,
No,
he
what?
raced in car 887.
And he is 887. No, I'm out. We're going down a
Why have
very
we done this?
dangerous,
I think
dangerous
we've done
path.
Where did Red Bull finish in 2017?
Not 7th.
No.
Not 7, no. 3rd,
Wait, I'll have a look here now.
4th.
Yeah.
It was Mercedes, Ferrari, or Red Bull, I think.
Bull with 3rd.
This guy, Arvid Limbald, in 2017 finished 3rd in his championship.
Drop it. Drop it. Well,
This is crazy. This is
We
crazy.
figured another one out.
This is crazy. It was an inside job.
This is
It was
insane.
a fucking inside job.
It had to be.
How are these? How have
Yeah.
we done this?
We've done it. I think we need to wrap it up here because this
Yep.
is it.
Yep.
There's nothing gonna
If
be
we carry
better.
on longer,
I think
we'll find another ladder.
I think I
Yeah,
just need to
no,
manifest this
definitely.
information. So
We're gonna be like in 4007 and 7,000 years later than this. There's gonna be in.
This video.
anyone
Do
know
you
what
need to
year
keep this
Christian Horner
video?
was born? 1973.
1970.
That's the
Oh,
same
sweet.
age as my mum and my dad.
That's like 3 years
Wow.
after. No. 'Cause remember the whole 3 years after.
The 3 comes in again.
Anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. I hope we didn't fuck your brain up too much with that. We've discovered that it was actually an inside job. We do 100% recommend going out and looking into like more detail as you can into this missing diamond because it's fucking sketchy as fuck. I actually do solidly now believe that it was an inside job between the team principal of Jaguar and the Israeli billionaire. Obviously let us know what you think down below. Always we're just gonna see 777 everywhere now,
Yeah,
and it's just gonna
literally.
be a
It's my
reminder
lucky
there.
number. My lucky number.
So yeah, thank you guys for stopping by, and we'll see you next week with a little IRL video of Jenga. And don't forget the podcast next Wednesday as well. Adios,
Bye.
amigos.